darkest of nights, an Arkhonian tale unfolds. A quest to rewrite destiny, when fortunes have already been foretold. A divider with blood of old seeks answers this world may hold. A bond with a shadowy past seeks not but bonds that will last. The sorcerer's fate, sealed before birth, seeks his means to save this earth. Bound by ancient lore, they search the imperialist passage. We sail on wings of starlight and hope, looking ancient clothing, our dungeon masters every toe. With courage in our hearts before it is too late. We are the Stargazers, forging our own fate. Now remain two fighters, whose paths to freedom align. With futures they seek to undermine, the dark elf as pale as snow holds a bloodline of which none may know, and one of that which is so twice over. What destiny will he conquer? Bound by ancient lore, they search the imperialist passage. We sail on wings of starlight and hope, looking ancient clothing, our dungeon masters every toe. With courage in our hearts before it is too late. We are the Stargazers, forging our own fate. Bound by ancient lore, they search the imperialist passage. We sail on wings of starlight and hope, looking ancient clothing, our dungeon masters every toe. With courage in our hearts before it is too late. We are the Stargazers, forging our own fate.
I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time, when battles draw so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below and before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below and before, the memory stays ever so bitter. I hear the echoes of victory in field won before time, for the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity, our shields are ready, the gods are watching the downfall of humanity. All the species are gone. The silent of the sea, she has her memory. I am the king of war. Ship must sink for the sky is on our foes. Come so close to eternity, our shields are ready, the gods are watching the downfall of humanity. All the species are gone. The silent of the sea, she has her memory. I am the king of war. The silent of the sea, she has her memory. I am the king of war. The silent of the sea, she has her memory. I am the king of war. I hear the echoes of victory in fields won before time, when battles draw so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. I hear the echoes of victory in fields won before time, when battles draw so near. You will feel the same in war. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, the memory stays ever so bitter. Below one before, and the memory stays ever so bitter. Below is the battle, below one before, and the memory
Whatever.
Good
By the way,
evening.
Good
Oh,
evening.
Good evening and welcome back to Stargazers on Friday.
hello, hello.
That's my thing.
Well, I did it today, Moral support.
We're gonna kill Gabe's character just for that.
Never give me moral support again, but please give me a recap of what happened last time.
Whoa. Off the bat, just like that? I
Just
probably
like
can.
that. This is what it feels like when you're put on the spot.
That makes a lot of sense. But unlike you, I work well under pressure. So, last time we left off on Stargazers on Friday, our merry group had finally managed to gather the right information and scout the lair of one former captain, perhaps to be, turned into marrow, Emil Markov. It was indeed a cove hidden within the recesses of Waterward Ridge, and through the aid of another Marrow's memories carefully pried, the group managed to find the entrance. Sailing there with a little folding boat, they began to explore the underground network of caverns, arriving to a large pond, where as they stumbled upon their first treasure chest in the expanse yet, along with its keeper, a monstrously large, angular fish-looking like creature. Vincent was, of course, the brave one to volunteer to dive down 150 feet deep in a pool of ether swarmed by rainbow fish like piranhas, hungry for blood. Luckily, they were distracted, at least until Vincent managed to reach the bottom, where he grabbed the chest and immediately got bitten by the monster. With a swift teleportation, a little gift of our beloved patron Yar Yashonen, he managed to escape the monster, only to end up in the maws of the second one. A few chunks of the swarm of iridescent fishes of the carnivorous variety decided to ignore the fresh fish that was thrown at them as bait and went instead for the living elf within the waters. But thanks to Vittorio pulling the harpoon rope that he had tied around Vincent, and, well, our corsair being incredibly fast at swimming, he managed to get out without too much of a trouble. We had now in our hands a carefully carved, long and tall chest, I believe of some sort of ivory type of material. We tried to witch sight the item to see if it was cursed or malign, but it did not have any omens enchanted upon it, though it did present some type of magic that we failed to identify at the moment. As there were more pressing matters, Sarius informed us, one another marrow that spied on us from a southern tunnel decided to retreat, and likely being the captain we were chasing, we all decided to prioritize the mission at hand. Everyone continued the exploration of these tunnels, entering in more and more chambers littered with pieces of ships and piles of hunks of broken barrels and chests and other material that perhaps served the Marrows more than it would serve anyone else. Through our exploration, we found some interesting knickknacks like some chests containing cargoes of Irisian make, likely, as we soon after learned due to Zarius finding a ledger of ships, a cargo full of trade bars. That remains still unopened, as yet again we continued our pursuit for the appearingly invisible captain, trying to find him to no avail. Vittorio picked up on the scent of the marrow thanks to some unwilling suggestions of the one we had in captivity, so to speak, and we began to follow the airborne clue. Climbing up a small waterfall, we finally ended up into yet another room that this time presented some new contraptions. A statue that looked like a mixture of a fish and a dragon that seemed to be some sort of mechanism based on lightning, perhaps energy, that we had not figured out yet. Zarius also, together with his ledger, managed to find an interesting looking prism and a pipe. Afterwards, and at the end of our exploration throughout the cavern, we managed to find a quite big chamber, completely half sunk in ether, along with a large ship that too was nearly all submerged in the magical liquid. But on top of that ship, at least the part that was still outside of the waters, was the target that we were looking for, Captain Amil Markhoff. Though not quite how we had imagined them. They were changed, different from merfolk to a marrow, with blue and almost glowing green colors, tendrils shifting in the air due to the anxiety and the fear that we inadvertently struck into the person we're here to save. Vincent, no, wrong, Zarius, Tokas, and Lawrence carefully approached the scared captain, trying to establish some sort of communication. And somehow we managed, but not in the way that we had envisioned, as two barbed tendrils connected to the back of the heads of our almost seraph and our dragonborn, establishing a telepathic link, showing them images, figures, perhaps memories. That is where we left off.
Well, we got flung back, right? Yeah.
What?
What?
I thought Lawrence was flung back
No.
at the end of the scene.
No, he
his
suffered.
mind.
Yeah, Lawrence's experience of this telepathic connection was a lot more raw due to Vim's existence.
I need Lawrence to be here, though.
It will be awesome, but it appears that our sorcerer is not yet present.
Well, we can take this opportunity to talk about the fact that we have started trying to push out some, cheeky and funny little clips on our social medias. So, if you're watching and you find something particularly funny or interesting,
Or if you
But-
find that funny as well.
what was that?
If you find us funny as well.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
it's
We are very funny.
we're funny sometimes, yeah.
I definitely make you look funny with my edits.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's true.
That's true. She does manipulate things
Carefully
to
constructed.
yeah to make it seem like we're a lot funnier than we are. But
So
point,
true.
but the
Would you
point,
rather look less funny than you actually are?
no, that's okay.
Exactly.
Possible.
I can like take some of the glitter that you're spritzing on us. I'm be happy with that.
Very good. I mean, I guess if he's not here, would you guys like to look at this chest?
Yeah, sure, we can do that in
Yeah.
the meantime.
Yeah, that'd be very.
Yeah.
We just cut
Oh.
into a
Did you just say, yeah,
Oh.
let's
space
do
of
it? The
time.
one we're waiting on the entire time?
Unbelievable.
The one
Almost 15
chest,
minutes
the one
late.
for all.
Fuck, you mean 15 minutes late? I'm on time. 7:30,
No.
you said.
You are.
What?
No.
We did
Don't
we
say
not never
7:30.
say 7:30.
We're already online and did the recap.
But now we're doing the chest.
That is true. So, well, some people are busy with something else. There's also the chest that Vincent brought up. But he's still lugging around.
Unless we're standing still, then he would have definitely put it down. Because
I mean, you
I
put it out on the deck. It
ain't
lands
got
with
the
a
arms for
thud.
this.
Fair enough.
I think it'll be
I mean, it's
easy
like
to
solid
sort.
ivory. I get that.
He's got the stamina, but he ain't got the muscle.
I thought he was
That
quite
makes sense.
muscular.
Yeah,
Mhm.
she is.
She's well built. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no, he is
Well
quite
built.
strong, to be fair.
Vincent, the chest that you have pulled up now that everyone is just standing still and like staring into nothingness.
Oh,
How boring. It actually has several panels that have been like carved into the front.
are these
Like a
carvings
little-
of? Oh, sorry.
No, please continue.
I was going to say, are these carvings like of imagery, or like does it look more like some sort of language that's being attempted to be written? Just
There
at surface
are-
level. I'm not trying to like.
There are some symbols, like singular symbols on each of these like carvings, and you understand them.
Oh,
On top of that, I want you to imagine these panels like a 4-panel comic. That's what it looks like.
I can do that.
It's Scooby Doo.
Is the symbols, are they linguistic in nature? Are they like a language I comprehend, or is it other form of symbology?
You understand them
Hmm.
due to the language that you obtained in Blackhole Mountain,
Caretaker.
the caretaker language.
Oh.
We are so based, man.
Incredibly based. It is singular symbols that can convey 1,000 words and feelings. And so I'll explain a little bit, and then we're gonna go into a little bit more on top of that.
I'm
The
ready.
first carving is a series of islands that look like they are on the cusp of some sort of portal in the sky.
Okay.
The constellation Isles do not hail from the ethereal expanse.
Finally,
What?
we're back.
Alright. Mark was getting really ready for this lore, except the lore is actually his dinner that just arrived. The Constellation Isles, laid right upon the border of 2 other expanses, water and earth. In a time before there was written history, their island tumbled through a rift that swallowed all of it. The next panel shows a group of islands that are all smashed into one another. You see broken buildings and tiny little bodies strewn around on the shores and in the water. You see, there were people who survived the fall, but those who woke up from it found that their islands had been shattered upon one another. Great coral palaces that they had constructed were shattered and crumbled, and their people's spirits were broken. They were alone and afraid in a whole new world, and they clung together in the ruins that drifted upon the aether. Anyone who tried to swim below them fell ill, and anyone who remained atop succumbed to starvation without trying to scavenge together some food. The next panel sees all of those survivors atop the islands. They're all huddled together while the waters are prowled by great beasts with many tentacles and spines. But there's one who rises above all of them. Their arms are raised to the sky, and they have like a little pitchfork in their hand. Or maybe it's a trident.
definitely a giant fork in Vincent's eyes.
A giant fork.
They must be
yes.
very hungry. It's the size of the fork that matters.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. The last panel shows the same individual with the little pitchfork who is bending great waves of aether and structures to their will as they begin the process of rebuilding their islands. The text tells you that this is Larmia, one of the merfolk who discovered that the aether actually had a voice, many voices even, with whom she could commune. Her attunement grew so great that she could command it to rise up and crystallize itself into enormous structures so that she could command it and she could protect the merfolk from being poisoned by it.
The Aether itself?
The aether itself.
God damn. Makes
Legend.
sense. Okay.
Well, let's just say her magic would end up dividing the merfolk into two camps. But there is no further panel to speak of this. Merely a footnote below it all. That those who abolished her strange magic cleaved away from the Constellation Isles and became a different type of merfolk. The merfolk of Scamalath, while the ones who allowed the sorcerers to change them became the astral merfolk of Larmiath. That is all the history that's on this ancient chest, though. It does not go further than this.
Vincent sits at the chest cross-legged in front of it as he reads it with one hand on his chin, kind of rubbing it as he's moving the chest around to look at all the panels and then just placing it in front of him cross-legged. Whilst his left ear is listening out to what everyone else is doing as they were speaking to the Marrow. But his attention probably to that conversation faded a long time ago whilst he was getting invested in figuring out what all of this is, and he sits there and you can see him nodding in thought. Is there a clear separation, like a line, a divide of where, for example, a lid would be, or is it a box more so?
There is a line, yes.
Vincent rubs at his chin. I wonder if that big fork is in here. And he will put both of his thumbs on either side of the surface top of the quote unquote lid, and he'll try and push it off to open it essentially.
Vincent, you push it, you twist it, you try to lift it, but it's really stuck in there like a cork in a bottle.
It's sealed.
It doesn't budge.
I look over my left shoulder to see what the party is doing.
On your left shoulder, there is a gnome standing next to you, looking at the chest, completely silent as he scratches his chin.
Oh! I thought you were speaking to the Marrow.
Turns around. Oh, no. I think the captain's mute. Lawrence and Zaris are doing some weird, tenderly communication thing. Not sure what that is, but I think they'll be busy for a bit.
Wow. From what I understand, the panels on this chest aren't just decoration for decoration's sake. It's a bit of a story of some sorts of some of the islands around here.
Yeah, luckily I managed to translate it. I'm sure you have as well.
I have, but I don't really know why I know.
Well, do you remember that weird sphere we touched while at the bottom of Blackclaw Mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see a similarity through which the language of the caretakers was designed and the language that is pretty much scattered across the entirety of the expanse. It's actually been a theory of mine since about 4 hours ago that these seafaring multiplanar civilization that first hailed here in the expanse could have been the caretakers. Creatures capable of creating stuff of divine power and harnessing it and eventually bringing upon their own downfall. Well, their ship crashed in Arkhona, but there is nothing to say that they have not come here. There must be a reason why this language is so similar to the caretaker one.
I didn't even think that their reach could get to here.
Well, considering they were able to plasm and recreate every single sentient race from hundreds of millions of years ago, if they have the power and technology to give life like a god would, it's not too far-fetched to imagine that they devised a godlike power that brought upon at least part of their doom.
Mouth slightly ajar, catching flies. Blinks. Oh. Maybe I wasn't entirely wizened up on my revision to do with the caretakers. I thought they were just people that crashed their spaceship into our... Well, I don't even call it spaceship. I don't know what you'd call it. Crash their... Well, whatever it was into our planet.
Well, it's all in here, he says as he taps his forehead. We have been gifted with millions of years of knowledge. I'm happy that we don't know all of it, else we'd both go insane.
Seems like it. I can't really separate. It's like having a bunch of paintings in front of me, but struggling to disassociate what is what. Either way, he kind of waves his hand at the narrative. I can't open it. I tried pushing it in the traditional, more barbaric ways of getting this open, but alas, there is no keyhole for me to open it with, so my skills have seemed to come to an end.
I don't think so yet. Your skills usually come extremely useful when I start to overthink things, which is what I'm about to do, so I think there'll be plenty of use for you. And as he says that, Tokus pulls out a round little pearl that he twirls around his fingers as I'm going to put my hand on the chest. I'll cast Identify. I know there is a magical effect upon this chest, but I also know that Identify in this game allows you some insights on the creation of the item. So I'd like to do a bit of a spell, a spiel.
Very well. Lucas. Let's pull it up. Alright. You touch the ivory crate and you chant the incantation. A glow pierces your eyelids, indicating quite well that the spell is working. And you open your eyes to see glowing threads of magic drawn from the thin air, weaving around and through this crate. But you see beyond that, too. You see pale blue hands working together to carve the surface of the lid. You see 3 women of merfolk descent. One young, one old, and one about in the middle age between the two.
I know where this is going.
I don't know if you do.
I think I do. I think I'm thinking about Dora for one. Yeah.
Sitting together and singing a song. It isn't just a song of companionship, a song of past and present and future, but it is also a song of safeguarding And as they sing, the ivory responds. It shifts subtly, ripples in place, until finally it settles into the shape that you see before you now. You see the woman in the middle grasp a pendant around her neck. It shimmers in a myriad of colors like the inside of a seashell, and she gingerly touches it against the surface of the chest, at which point it clicks itself open. The oldest woman does indeed reach for something, and that thing lays upon her outstretched palms, but it is beyond the sight of this item, even. But the chest can feel its presence when it is laid inside, and it is sealed within. And that is where the vision ends.
So we banked, but also I don't know how to open it. Does this magical effect upon this chest make in any kind of way part of why it's locked?
Yes.
And does it have a nature that I garner with my casting of my spell?
You can indeed discern the nature of the spell. It is somewhere between abjuration and transmutation.
Okay, but it's not a spell by itself. All right.
No, not quite.
Mm,
But it's a spell-like effect.
okay. The last thing I need to ask you is if by any chance you have that written down or not.
I would like to tell you that I did
You
that,
do, but yeah, but I understand. Yeah,
but I pulled it out of my ass.
yeah, makes sense.
But I can work on it, don't worry.
Well, Togus will explain what he saw to Vincent in a few seconds or so. It definitely has some magical power. I can undo the lock, but it would be permanent. I can cut at the threads that hold this enchantment together, but if there is a way to open it without doing so, then it won't be available anymore.
Wait, so you can disenchant it to open it, but then we can't seal it again.
Yeah, exactly. I can break the enchantment that keeps it closed, but then there is not going to be any more enchantment to close it again.
Do you
I
know
mean,
what's
we'll-
inside?
Sort of the items I told you. It seems like a pendant and another pair of objects. Seems awfully familiar to a figure I know.
Well, I mean, well, my take is a bit biased. I'm a thief. Opening a chest is the problem. Having to close it again, not necessarily, since I just take what's inside and call it a day.
Well, I can speak from the point of view of an arcanist that sometimes a chest itself can be an item of wonder, especially if it is crafted carefully by artisans and such a spell is woven into existence for the purpose of keeping something guarded. Sure, you might not need a chest with a magical lock, but plenty of people do. And there is some respect to people that are able to make an everlasting enchantment. It's an achievement that only very few people are able to do, and it is also excruciatingly difficult.
So you're saying that the chest's enchantment is more valuable than what might be inside? You're speaking to the wrong crowd here, Tokas. A chest is a chest to me, and it keeps things inside, and I want the things inside.
That makes sense. You probably see it differently if you knew how truly hard it is to weave a spell, but I can't blame you for that. And no, I don't think it's more valuable than probably what it contains, although we're not quite sure. Maybe the paraphernalia within is simple common objects, in which case the chest would be more expensive. But what I'm trying to say is probably it'd be a pity to destroy something so finely made. At least while I'm speaking of the spell woven into it. But if we can't find a solution, then we'll have to do that.
So you want to think about finding someone that can open the box without breaking the box?
Well, no, we already know. We already know who can open the box. I believe Zarius has a spell that temporarily undoes locks, though I fear this might not be a lock by itself. I'm more wondering what the intended way to open this chest is. You know?
You
Most
think
of the
there
time.
is an intended way?
Well, usually, when someone weaves an enchantment on a container, they likely have a way to open it. Else, they wouldn't really make a container that can open, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. I guess it's... Well, I suppose it would be like someone making a vault that can only be closed, and then if you open it once, that's it. It can never be vaulted again.
Maybe. I mean, if I was them and I wanted something that wasn't supposed to open again, I'd probably just seal the entire container. I wouldn't leave this gap right here. He says as he runs his finger through where supposedly the lid of the chest is.
Yeah. Things sometimes should be a lot easier than they are. Why can't it just be a keyhole? But then again, we are sailing through a liquid made out of people's souls, so maybe I shouldn't expect things to be simple. So what? We just hold on to this for a while until maybe we get back to the ship and figure it out from there.
Well, I think we can try to think of how to maybe open this chest. Can you sing?
Did you say, can I sing?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Check singing / performance. Well, I wouldn't say it's a skill I practice, but I reckon I can hit a good note.
Great, because I think maybe you need to sing it to it. The people that made this chest were singing a song of safeguarding and of protection. Perhaps it is a song that can open it. Merfolks, well, they seem to enjoy music, at least the captain here did when they sneaked up on Zarya's playing. Maybe we can try and sing this thing. I'm no singer, so I think I'm gonna have to rely on you.
Do you think it needs some specific words?
I
Like
think
lyrics?
well, I don't think words work, as we have witnessed most of the language spoken in this place is really just all about the feelings and what you're trying to convey at the end of the day. Ironically, it's more direct than normal human language. I'm starting to believe that perhaps the addition of words to communication was a mistake. But, outside of that, I will... how can I do this? Harmless sensory effect. Shower spark above wind, faint musical notes. Okay. I'm going to use prestidigitation, cantrip that I've not used in a long time, to produce harmless sensory effects. And I will choose faint musical notes, and I will try to help Vincent sing whatever song the merfolks were singing by producing the melody and basically giving him a few directories, which are the ones that I have understood from my vision. A song of safeguarding, of safekeeping, and a protection of whatever is inside.
Sure, make me a spellcasting ability check.
I shall.
Maybe assisted by, no, actually, yeah, maybe assisted by singing.
Okay. I'm going to share a cup with my friend. Oh, it's every 2 levels. Damn. I'm gonna give a cup to Vincent. Vincent, you see that Tukas grabs a silvery goblet from his belt and pours a drink of water inside it. And as he looks up into it, he raises the cup almost as if to toast to something that perhaps is yet to happen. And the water, as he brings it down, almost looks like ether, but darker, almost a tar-like blue, a dark color, dotted with tiny little stars and the reflection of a large yellow moon in the center of the liquid. And he holds it out for you.
I have got nothing to toast with.
Go be done. It's liquid fortune.
Liquid. Oh. Any remaining gods knows that I could do with this a long time ago. He takes it and gulps it.
I'll
Just like that
fortune-
time you stole a halfling's luck.
Yeah, this is to balance it out. Oh my god. Amber's like, well, Vincent, no roll a disadvantage.
Wait.
I'll
Very well.
guide Vincent, and we can roll this thing.
Rolling singing?
Yeah, you're singing, and I'm telling you what to sing by producing the melody. I'm like the one-man band, but I only have prestidigitation.
I don't really know many. There's something from home that my mother sang me, maybe.
No, you're gonna sing exactly what these people were singing. I'm just gonna make the music, and you're going to hum it and attempt to sing it in Caretaker, which is going to be a very awkward experience, which is why I don't like to say it, but just like Zarya says, you have to feel it. Just go with the heart. Try to convey emotions that we've talked about: safeguarding, protection, keeping from dangers. Caretaker is a very expressive language. There's no need for words, really. Just attempting to convey a thought or concept.
Okay.
Huge.
And he'll just like slowly weave his way into, I guess, feeling the notes that Tokas is using.
You're like slowly recreating this scene that you saw, but you are intelligent enough to know that you are missing something.
I guess I'm not intelligent enough to know that.
Tokas is
Dave is not intelligent
enough.
enough to know
I'm
that.
sorry. The
Gabe,
women
you
weren't
stupid.
just singing. There was something else that they did.
They be dancing. What?
They were. I go back and look in the thing.
They had something.
Oh.
Amulet.
Yeah.
Which we don't have.
Mother of pearl.
Oh, we know an amulet. I think.
Not one made of mother of pearl. Alright. As the song slowly dies out and the chest remains closed, Tokus has the realization. I understand. I think I've been focusing too much on one part of the vision, not the other. We need to find an amulet, Mother of Pearl.
My
I
singing
will-
wasn't good enough, was it?
I think your singing was actually pretty accurate. I'm just saying you could give Zarius a run for his money.
There was some resonating
excuse
going on here.
you.
Oh my god, rough.
Excuse you. I'm not gonna be insulted like that.
But
Well, what else are we missing then?
the other item, which I thought they had placed inside the chest, but I'm getting confused. They didn't actually put it inside. They used it to lock the chest. It's like a key, but like, no, without a lock sort of thing. We need an amulet made of mother of pearl. And not just any common mother of pearl, I would assume. It's something that we'll likely have to find on the Constellation Isles, or maybe in the Monstera cluster. I've heard that there are merfolks in the Monstera cluster that have mother of pearl, which, by the way, is also a ether repellent. And I've been putting my eyes on it. I've been getting some ideas on sketching some ether diving suits. I think I just need a weaver now to test them out. But, and it gives Vincent a pat on the shoulder. You did pretty good. We're only missing the key, but I think we've got the singing down.
Smiles with confidence. Nice.
All of you forget what the singing sounded like again.
Oh, it's okay. I'll just find out.
There's just like a fond memory of Vincent singing, but like when you try to remember what exactly he was singing or doing at it, like it's just like a blurry memory, like it was from your childhood instead of 5
By
minutes
the
ago.
end of the expanse,
All
we'll
of-
be
all of
senile. I swear to God.
all of us, while Vincent sing are like, yeah, and then afterwards, like, wait a minute, Vincent sings like shit.
That's a
that?
You sang
16,
really
actually.
good, actually. I'll
That's
take
a
that back.
16, actually, Zarius.
I want to see you do that. Excuse me.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to roll a 5. If
Yeah, that's what I
right.
fucking thought. And you can only roll natural ones. Exactly.
Yeah,
Zarius, I'm gonna have to need you to forget what you saw before and instead see this.
Okay, I have no idea what I saw before. Okay.
Good.
Oh, I know
you
who
don't have
this
to complete-
is.
You don't have to completely forget it. It's just important.
Okay.
Very well. Are you guys ready?
Yeah. We're
I guess so.
we're ready to go.
Yep.
Do you want to do both?
Sure.
Okay.
Or not anymore. I mean, yeah, sure. That's fine.
Okay, I know.
Zarius.
Mm-hmm.
You begin to lose your sense of self. The world begins to tumble upside down around you, like a ship rolling over in the waves, and it remains there, belly up, suspended in an endless gradient of hues that first become lighter and then darker and darker and darker all the way down. Sails fluttering in slow motion beneath the waves. People swimming around you. A great moon with many rows upon rows of teeth opening up beneath you. There's a shove against your side that breaks you out of your stupor. And you're no longer here. Well, here in some way you can still feel the wooden floor beneath you. But you're standing inside of a ship now. The legend. And there is a person beside you. It's her. She's starry-eyed, she's celestial-haired, she is gap-toothed. And you know immediately that her name is Zelda. Hello? What's on your mind? You've kind of just been staring off at that map for like almost knows how long. I mean, I don't think it's gonna like tell you anymore if you just gape at it like a fish. Are you feeling alright?
I look around me for a second. How do I feel? What perspective do I feel? Like, do I feel me or do I not feel me?
I would say an overlap of the two.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zelda. I'm sorry. It's been just a rough couple of weeks. I'm gonna look at the map.
You see a map of the Expanse. It looks a little bit different. Just at a first glance, there's a couple of islands missing here or there. But somewhere inside of you, you know that those islands just haven't been charted yet. The map is always under construction. Alright.
Sorry. Oh, this is strange. Sorry, where are we?
Like, right in this moment?
Right now,
Well,
yeah.
somewhere out on the ether. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, I might have just... I feel like I've had a bad dream just now. I look around. I look for the people around me, except besides Zelda.
It's just you and her. You must be in, like, the captain's cabin or something. There's a bed here, a couple of knickknacks strewn about, trophies, perhaps, from voyages that seem to, like, dreams that were lost upon waking.
Anyway, I look at Zelda. How much longer until we get there?
I mean, I can't tell you that. I think it should be you. And, I mean...
Do I
well,
know?
maybe not just you. Ariel should also know, or I guess Hollow Wings.
Sorry. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Well, I mean, if you ask me personally, you've been acting like strange ever since, getting in charge. If it's like weighing too heavily upon you, you can talk to us. Everyone is getting a little bit antsy because you keep retreating here, and
I know.
you should really talk to people.
Yeah, I should talk to Ariel. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
You're always there for me.
She flashes you a smile. Yeah.
I put a hand
Yeah,
on.
I am.
I put a hand on her shoulder and give her a nod before I want to get out of the captain's quarters. I'm gonna look for Ariel.
She will allow you to go first.
I will prop
She'll
myself up
step in. Oh.
before stepping out of the door. I'll, prop back up my shoulders, take up the stance, exude the confidence, or at least try to, as I step out onto the deck.
You step out onto the deck of the legend. For a moment, your vision overlaps and you see the legend resting in its half-rotten state beneath the waves on the shore of the shipwreck isles. But then, it is back in its pristine form, top-notch, cleaned and scrubbed just the other day by the crew.
Do I...
About
sorry.
25 odd other people mill about. Some of them are below deck, you can hear them moving things around, while others are on the top deck. You know that Ariel can usually be found either near the helm, bothering the people there, or somewhere up in the crow's nest.
I'm going to take a glance at the crow's nest first. See if I see anyone up there from here.
You peer all the way up along the mast. You see your flags whipping about in the winds. Thanks to Mammon that you've managed to catch some wind after a week in the doldrums. But you don't see Ariel up there.
I'll go to the helm then.
You walk the short way up to the helm, and you will find the Genasi. Pale of skin, fluffy, cloudy hair, standing where he should be for once. Although, as he is standing there, he is talking to the first mate, Barshal.
I have been telling you for many travel legs, but the wind is not amicable in his water. I don't think we are on the right course.
Are you questioning my ability? Last time I checked, I've been sailing these seas for far longer than you have.
I have been talking to the winds since I was but a babe, and they have never lied to me.
Alright, so what the fuck do your winds tell you? Spit it out, makes it easier for me to start getting on my way.
They whisper of warning to not continue on this course. They tell us to leave.
I looked left and right.
Oh, Captain.
Marshall? Ariel? How's the
He straightened
course?
his jacket.
Well, it was going pretty well until, old Windtalker here started telling me that we're going the wrong way.
Wrong way?
We are straight as a ruler, Captain, but I hear foreboding on the winds. And when I do, it is never good news.
Afraid of a little, fighting, are we?
Who isn't on these waters, Basha?
You forget you're on the legend. There's nothing in these seas that I'm afraid of with this lass in my hands.
Again, as he sighs, and it sounds like a puff of wind.
A bit of confidence. With a crew like no other.
Fine worse on the captain. Bit of a morale boost for you. air breath. She kind of like nudges you.
I will really need that.
Is your
Not to kill anyone's buzz, but yeah, we can only survive maybe like another week here in the doldrums. Supplies aren't looking that great.
oh, been double stuffing yourself with some lunch, eh?
Yeah, we have had to cut it short for a while.
Yeah, I don't squirrel away shit for myself. You should know that.
Just for others, right?
I mean, that depends, but you know, I try to keep the supplies tight.
As
Sure you do,
tight as
Swindler.
possible, yes.
Well, as far as I'm aware, Captain, we have two choices. We either turn away and follow the way of the wind and perhaps go around this little, what do you want to call it, forebodance. Or we go straight through it because we're bloody sailing a legend here, and to be quite frank, I'm not really worried. Saves us on the whole, lack of rations and all that.
I rub my temples, visibly getting stressed.
There's always a difficult decision to be made, Emil. There are wind routes, but there are many other people who make use of wind routes. And if anyone catches sight of you,
We can be a goner.
that's what the DM says. Don't Zelda, she simply smiles. Yippee.
Yippee. Alright. Okay, let's recuperate for a bit. I put the map down, or well, open. Where about are we again? Because, quickly out of character, Amber, Zarius, his mind is also still here, right? It's not...
In a way, yes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Like, where are we right now? I remember being close to Shipgrave? Does it exist yet?
I don't see anything called Shipgrave Reef on the map.
Yeah, but I think I would say it.
If
I remember being
anyone
close.
knows, it's Hollow Wings.
I remember
But
being
he
close
is
to...
so often so lost on the distant horizons with his gaze. Perhaps more so than you are.
Shipgrave, we shouldn't...
Shipgrave? Lad, have you hit your head? Lass, I mean, you need to sort yourself out.
There's something in the back of my mind telling me not to go there, but... I'm gonna look for it. I know one person who'd know about it. Weird question. I have seen as Zarius the map of the region, or I know about where it is. Do I see that on the map we would be on that position? Like where I would know as Zarius where these islands are.
I mean, if you vaguely try to recall the map as it, was.
Memory, yeah.
Sure, make me a history, make me a history, lore. No, just make me a navigation check.
All right, I'm very good at those. Wabam, 6.
Zarius, everything is in a different place from where it used to be.
Yeah, I was like, I look at the rest and say, I look at the rest is like, let me call Hollow. Y'all know where he's hanging out? In front of the ship again? Sorry,
Probably, yes. On the prow.
on the prow. Yeah, that's sorry.
Same place as always, staring off into the distance.
about the ship. Yeah, I'll go fetch him.
You make your way up the legend to the ship, where the feline humanoid known as Hollow Wings rests, scrunched up like a ball of sorts, his body pulled into itself, and is resting just on the edge of his paw-like exposed feet. Sits moving and swaying with the ship and glaring off into the distance, where a few aether gulls make their way across the horizon.
Hello, Wings. The Aether Gulls been whispering to you. Something lies beyond the horizon. And it's not just the thing that you are looking for. There are darker clouds up ahead. Darker days than the ship has seen in a long, long time. But their shape is still unfamiliar to you. It will require more studying.
Hollow Wings mutters to himself, something along the lines of what was said. But he appends, whether this may be an epic or a tragedy that determines the nature of a legend such as this one. Let's press further. Who's that? Freaking cat, fully wide eyes, turns around to look directly at you. Tail like laying out behind him, ears fully pricked up.
You'll see the confident, at least looking confident, Emil Markhoff strut up to you. Says, "Hello. I have come with a question. Maybe
I
you're
have an
about
answer." Squinting eyes slowly retracting back.
Does the name Shipgrave Reef tell you anything?"
Tells me many things, Captain. Tells me that it is a place where ships meet their doom and subsequently make their grave. It also tells me that it is a reef, likely place where aether gulls might reside. He looks to the horizon. Yes. Aether gulls. Amber, does this... I'm assuming this doesn't mean anything to me otherwise.
You can make me a navigation check. I'll just roll me a d20.
I was about to say, with what mod? Yeah, 14.
That's pretty good.
There are a couple of ship graves around the expanse, though they are often shifting. The most famous one you know is the ship grave that surrounds the Constellation Isles. They have a wall of rotten, decrepit ships spanning for hundreds of miles surrounding their island, supposedly. Well, to keep intruders out. Like a fence line in the middle of the ocean. How crazy is that? And in a way, all of those ships have been reclaimed by the Aether, and they're forming like a new sort of reef, teeming with wildlife. Plenty Aether gulls there. A lot of treasure, too. If you're willing to fight off the inhabitants.
Well, any information?
But that is nowhere near where you should be now.
Yeah. Ah. I told you what I know, Captain. Leave me be to the waters swell.
All right. Hold on tight, though. Heard the winds are gonna pick up.
It'll take more than winds to catch my eye.
All right. I'm gonna go back to my first mate and my navigator.
Mm-hmm.
So, forward or backward? Well, we are the legend.
Mm-hmm.
I sigh a bit. I don't think we would do Captain Silverfish any honor if we were to go back now.
Ah, that's the spirit, lad.
Well, for what it is.
You heard him. Straight ahead! Keep the master hoy, let's find this way forward, shall we?
The mast shall sail as straight as it can.
Wonderful. Then let's keep it as it is.
I'm gonna do the sensible thing and retreat back to my captain's quarter.
Have a middle breakdown?
Zelda looks over like the balustrade as she watches you like walk down and back into the captain's quarters. Her mouth corners are turned down by the time she turns back to the others. I'm really worried about her, guys.
Zelda, I don't mean to tread on waters I shouldn't, but is it me or does our new Captain Amil look and act a bit different than when we first put her up to the post?
I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think it's just the pressure, you know?
To lead a vessel of souls, it is a act so heavy upon one's self. I can see the change that Emil has experiencing with mine own lives.
But she'll pull through it. Like,
I mean,
my dad trusted that she would pull through it more so than anyone. Even me. And even you. She says, like, pointing at the first mate.
I believe in whatever Silverfish has ever commanded. Trusted him. Every word of his I took as a commandment. I've never sailed under a better captain. So if he believes that Emil is the right choice, then I'll stay loyal to that.
yeah, I think Emil will pull through. I mean, there's a lot of pressure going on right now. Not the weather kind, but you know, I get why they seem to be acting a bit strange.
They're big boots to fill.
Yeah, walking around in boots too big, and that's just gonna give you trouble with your feet.
woman who has perched herself on the balustrade, swinging her legs back and forth, furrows her brow. She was the captain's daughter, but not by blood. This woman, whose skin is dappled as the celestial skies above, was pulled straight from the aether. An astral remnant.
Don't ponder on it, lass.
Well, I don't have anything else to do. Well, we're just moving on forward.
I have always said that a minstrel aboard the ship will be a glad addition.
Well, when we get to the Drakes, maybe, you know, we sell the pearl and then we can afford all the minstrels we like.
I do think
The whole band.
perhaps a better vessel would do us good.
I
A top band of
mean,
minstrels.
I mean, if my dad's intuition was right, then we can afford more than one vessel. We can have each of us can have our own vessel, and then we can have a separate vessel for our band.
I like your ambition. Bit
I
like your
don't
father's.
think the band will be able to main the vessel and play.
that's also like quite a lot of upkeep there. We got to think of if you want to have an entire ship just for the minstrels. I don't think that's financially stable. Even if we are gonna be filthy rich.
Financial stability.
Exactly.
I don't care about all of that. I just want a band now. And a ship for my band. And a whole bunch of cannons. And then I want to go. I want to go to the Flame Fork, and I want to get those like fireworks that they have there, the ones that explode and make like shapes. That'd be nice.
Then let's make it happen, lass. You forget where we're on and where we stand. Why should we hope for things when we can just take them?
What he says for once is true. It has not wished upon it is claimed, and the winds are carrying us towards it.
Zelda looks up. You pass the sails, which are tenting with the wind blowing in them, and the flag pointing straight forward in the wind. Sure, we'll just take them.
See a
And
smile
me.
form on Barshall's face.
Yes.
Amil opens the doors into the captain's quarters, but they slam open, not to the interior of the ship, but once again to the exterior.
Uh-huh.
There is no chance to look back. Because the ship is under attack.
Oh no.
Where are you, little music track?
My brother.
We wish.
Join me. Copyright struck.
Yeah, I think that's as far as we can take it.
Let's reload or load up this map. We're gonna. Ooh.
What's gonna go down?
We are bottom of the ocean.
Untold is navigation stuff for a moment. There's way too much going on and it's making me very confused. There we go.
Untold my brainstem.
Unplug my mind.
What Amil is about to do to you. Extract nervous system.
Slurp.
No, you guys have already done that tutorial.
Yeah, he's complained about that enough, man.
I'm gonna do it again.
He's actually
Honestly,
complained
he
very
makes-
little about.
I was about to say, he actually didn't
character.
complain a lot.
Yeah, probably because he's very saddened and disappointed.
He's disappointed he can't have his little brain stem parasite anymore, I understand.
Hey man, he just
Very, very...
it's not the same anymore.
Yeah, I don't feel the same anymore after the accident.
Fair
Accident
enough.
being my near
Yeah.
death.
Don't worry, Crowley is the same. Like, I got him a perfect body that, like, allows him to feel the full sensation of emotions again, and he's like, Dad, can you simply give me an immortal body? And I'm like, you're asking.
I'll-
put too
You are
much
never happy.
I'll
out
look
of the
into
body.
it.
Yeah.
It's okay. You just need to
Alright.
find him a Viltrumite, you know.
Just
I
a
was
Viltrumite.
thinking that I could, maybe I could get, like, a adamantine casting or something
Hey,
of, like, a creature. Of, like, a hermit crab, maybe, and then you put a hermit crab inside. And
He's
then,
gonna become a fucking mecha.
And then Crowley goes inside, and then, like, uses the hermit crab physiology
Yeah.
to, then move it around. But, you know. Kinda just hoping we find something.
I'm sure.
He
it'll
appeared.
Go ahead, Amber.
Yeah.
She appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Beneath the waves and a cloud of liquid aether. A tiny little sloop. Normally, not too big of an issue. But this one is flying a red flag.
Oh,
no.
shit.
No quarter.
Yeah.
Raise the Jolly Roger!
She is also sailing quite unfavorably for you. Today, we're going to go into our first ship combat. Yippee!
Ship
We're gonna
combat.
figure it out
Yippee!
together.
We can ship combat without killing ourselves! Yippee! From grind like stars on the numbers! Yippee! Actually, no, Dark Heresy! Yippee!
Right?
Well, if our track record in Dark Heresy is anything to go
I was
by.
about to say we lost twice, bro. We got,
goes pretty badly.
we got absolutely folded 2 times.
Oh, we got destroyed.
Well, the system is just not so good. What do you
What's
want
up?
me to
This
say?
one is better.
We cannot tell until the last until
Last man standing. I understand.
until we get there. But until that time,
And it's great doing it in a little memory / vision.
We're doing it live.
Yeah.
we're gonna go over the rules of ship combat in the Ethereal Expanse.
How are these? Oh,
We're
well,
making
that's-
it simple today. This is your ship. Her name is the Legend.
Maybe
Let's go.
Grim-
She
Simple.
is a small ship, a schooner, for the purpose of today's exercise.
Damn. I thought we had a bigger ship.
You do have a bigger ship, but I don't want to deal with two bigger ships. Like, for your first ship combat, you should not want to have to deal with 45 cannons.
What?
That sounds like a
That's
good amount.
I love having to shoot.
I
45
actually think that's the
D20s.
best amount.
What?
45 D20s roll to see if they hit.
Almost.
You have to do that, yes. No, it's not D20s, it's
D8,
the ship die.
D6.
Or D6s or D something.
Depends on the
Well.
cannon, yeah.
We're so knowledgeable already, guys. We got this. We'll win this.
I think you are.
There's
delusional.
something.
In the water.
This your little ship, yippee!
There's smoke on the water.
Exactly.
Fire
Let me
in
see
the
the ship.
That's
skies.
how they. That's how the no cigar snuck up on you.
No cigars
Oh, shit,
given.
It does have red sails.
Yeah.
They made the whole thing red. It's just red.
Me when my
I'm gonna
DM
put her
doesn't
in
lie
the
to me.
extra- I'm gonna put her in the vehicles.
We got a schooner.
You calling
A Scooby Gooner.
up?
Stop schooning.
Stop me yourself.
Alright, here she is.
Coward.
You can
Airship
never stop
rules.
schooning.
She should work. We're gonna go over the ship rules really slowly, but they are in the rules.
Scooby Doober. We are this one, right?
Oh, I found it. Vehicles.
the
I think.
legend.
Yeah. Oh, Zaris is a vehicle.
The Legend. Oh, it has 10 strength. It's weaker than Victoria.
Am I the only one that has myself in the vehicle section?
Probably, yes.
But yeah, I did not see myself.
There's Zaris in the vehicle section. For
Makes
me.
sense. Zaris is a mount.
Are you sure that's not your car?
Is it my cart?
I don't see
It's the
Zarius.
fucking cart.
It's my cart. Yeah.
Ah,
it's
look at
just
this guy.
called
I'm
For
Very impressive.
The weapons we have. Oh! Yeah!
Yo, we got flamethrowers, boys.
I was about to say we're cooking.
Good short range option.
We gotta fucking dive back into them.
Mm-hmm. Convert. Download.
Maybe
I
I'll use-
think both ships are completely set up.
Makes sense. There is. Ooh. One question I have. These two flamethrowers are both starboard. Is one supposed to be port?
One should be port, yes.
Good to know.
With 6 guns on one side and 4 on the other.
Mhm.
With a broadsword in one hand and a magic spell in the other.
Hammer in his fist and an anvil by his side.
Let's pull up the other ship. And everyone can open the rules.
The rules!
We'll open them with one mind's eye.
Okay. You can open them. Why is there a copy of the Expanse?
That's my fault. I accidentally copied it because I wanted to open it twice, and then I accidentally clicked duplicate.
I cannot believe you've already broken it.
I can't believe
touch it,
Mark
I'm
is
deleting
looking
it
at the source material Chris.
What the?
What's up?
No, I popped out the equipment menu to the left because I pressed E when I was trying to type expand.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Your skip is a little sloop. She is small. She's a small ship. She has 12 hit points. She's very mobile, and her speed is 3 knots, which means you have 3 squares of movement.
Very nice.
We don't care about any of this right now.
We don't care about Bruno, you understand me?
How mobile
true.
is she?
I just said she's highly mobile.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
You can see it in the description part of your ship.
You can see it on the
Oh,
table.
yes,
where it
I
says
can see it.
Number
Base
15.
12 HP, max high mobility, 3 knots of speed, 12 skeleton crew, 24 max crew. Although that
Doesn't matter right now, probably.
no, it does not.
But I imagine
What matters is how much unranked crew you have. Although it's not technically 30, it's 30 minus you guys. Filling the roles, the 5 key officer roles.
Okay, yes.
I have
So
ski
you have
officers.
25. But for the purpose of this, 32 people aboard. Yippee!
Maximum crew 32. Mobility high, base speed 4.
Correct. We're gonna
Oh, so we're a
step by
schooner.
step.
Oh,
Yeah, I think the enemy is the sloop and we're the schooner.
They are a little bit smaller than you.
Yeah, I see. I also fell prey to that misunderstanding.
Nice try, but no cigar.
What do you mean? Give me my cigar right now.
Okay. Yeah, she's about to come up behind you.
Oh no!
I love it when my cigar suddenly appears.
From where does the wind go?
I think you can see it, Mark.
I was going to say, officer stations is probably important to go over.
It is.
I imagine that the boy I am embodying in this vision is probably stuck in the sick bay during this combat because he is a rank 1 surgeon, among other things. But I do
He's
not.
a very diverse character.
He's a very diverse, surgeon, quartermaster, and shipwright.
Yeah, I wonder why.
He's
What?
doing all of it at once.
He's the guy that does everything.
Fair enough.
He's
But-
useful in every ship, you know?
Yeah. But yes, I imagine he will be the surgeon for combat purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Ariel can do one thing only, and that is guide the ship, and he'll be the helmsman.
You can move up to like 2 more.
Yeah, or more. Because Ariel is also bringing something on the table, known as a boon.
Very nice.
A little wind-kissed boon.
Wind kissed. Yeah, I see it.
To move an extra square.
I have metal. I add metal.
Have metal? Huge. Everyone needs an iron on his hip in these tiring times.
Fair.
So.
And from what I remember, you can use metal to reroll dice.
Yeah, kind of like that.
The wind direction for this combat is unfortunately not as favorable
Damn.
for you. It is
What
never
crazy
diagonal.
statement.
We're gonna go over the order of battle, which you should be able to see in your rules.
Yes.
Ship combat. There are several phases in combat. We have the pre-phase, which is what we're gonna do before the battle. Then there is the actual phases, which are the movement phase, the attack phase, and the status phase. Before we begin with initiative, we depict the wind direction on the battlefield. As you might be able to see by my beautiful waves, like waving about and like having a jolly old time here. That is Water Ward today. The weather gauge is the most important factor in ship combat. It determines who goes first. And on top of that, it also gives you a huge advantage over the people that you are attacking. Namely, that you are healing and have better options for movement. But we will get there when we will get there.
Very soon, because we're about to get healed.
We're about to get fucking rake. That is with a K.
I
Very
think
good to
everyone heard it.
specify.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you specifying it arguably made it worse.
No, I had a hunch.
I was like, I said it. I'm like, yeah, I should probably specify.
Yeah, it wasn't loud enough.
Windward and waterward.
Yeah, Mark. It'd be... I think for next fights, it would be nice to have like a compass, like in the Shipgrave Reef map. Unless there is one and I'm blind.
You want it in the Shipgrave Reap map?
No, I mean, have a compass on like
Wait, give me
atoll
a-
maps so we
1
can see where
second.
the directions are.
Give me 1 second, because I made a compass for you.
No problem. It's also pretty easy
No.
to understand if you just look at the
Nice.
directions, but
Yeah, that's okay. Here you go. Oh, do not become like that. Become like that. There we go. Here's a compass for you. The top right corner.
very nice, thank you.
So it's going waterward then.
It's going
Yes.
air. Yeah, it's going waterward. Sorry. Love it.
The wind is going waterward indeed. The start of battle, we determine where everyone is and where the wind blows. Your ship is most assuredly sailing in this direction.
Yeah.
Not in irons, but also, you know, not sailing with the wind. The other ship, most assuredly, is though, being a sneaky little ship. They managed to sneak up on you.
I believe they used cloaking.
They did use cloaking.
Cloak attack? Damn.
Correct.
Absolute cheese.
In the movement phase, we start with initiative, which is not rolled. It is based on positioning. The further upwind you are, the sooner you move in initiative. This means that initiative can change from round to round if you somehow get further upwind than your opponent.
We're about to be extravagantly cooked.
Perhaps. It is only for movement. Everything else in this battle, aka the attack phase, is done simultaneously. Every single cannon is fired at the same time.
They were not off super bad then.
Obviously, when we are looking at initiative, it locks in for that round. It is not like, oh, I became further upwind than my opponent, so I can move again because I am now, you know, further upwind from them. The initiative is just stuck for the round. After initiative, we go into movement, which the cigar will do first. What you always want to try to avoid is going into irons, aka if your ship were to go starboard now, they would begin to turn into irons, meaning that you are sailing against the wind and thus catching no wind. and you will literally have 0 speed.
Zero
Lock
speed.
in.
To
We
be
charge.
officially cooked.
Unless you have some other means of propulsion.
Hmm.
Be that spells or elemental nodes. Or fuel. Because some ships do not use wind to propel themselves. Also, if you already... There's also elemental... We'll get to that later. Basically, if you're already, like, in the movement due to, like, an effect, you will keep moving. You don't just immediately fall still. Mobility. Your ship is going to be, if you look at the picture, you're at the bottom. Show it to everyone. You have highly mobile ship, which means that you only need a single square to begin making a turn. There's no, like, diagonal movement. Your ship is just pointing, you know, in one direction. For a low mobility ship, like giant warships that you want to try to avoid, that takes a lot longer to begin making a turn, and a highly mobile ship obviously sails circles around everyone. We've all seen the sloops in Sea of Thieves.
Totally. Question mark.
The game I played? Yeah, but sure.
Yeah.
You'll pay
Basically,
the toll.
your ship just makes a 90-degree turn. That's all you need to remember. If you smash into another ship while you are making a turn, you're both going to take a point of damage unless you have some things like certain, what's it called, figureheads.
A giant
which allow you to
ram. Let's go.
Yeah, you can get a ram that allows you to ram another ship.
Guys,
you can
I have a
also
great-
get an upgrade that allows you to tear another ship in two if you bring
Nice.
the 0 HP from
Guys, I
damage.
have a great tactic.
Yeah.
Your ship does not have that figurehead. You might have already been able to see what your ship's figurehead is. If not, I recommend that you have a look at the ship's figurehead. Her name is, her ability is Hero's Resurgence.
Mm-hmm.
It does not allow you to ram people.
Damn.
I mean,
So-
kinda. If we're both on 1 HP.
If you're both on 1
Just
HP, you
saying.
can ram them, at which point both of your ships will have 0 hit points. But that's
Oh,
another
nice.
point entirely.
Nice.
This, friend, let's see.
Friend.
Movement phase. Turning and mobility. High mobility.
You know what they
Low
call
mobility.
me
How's it going?
on the ethereal expense? Call
Me
the
ethereally
shipbreaker,
expanding myself.
the way I be
The cigar
ramming every ship I'm on.
moves up to 3 spaces straight forward during their movement phase. She is not the fastest,
Ouch. Oh,
but that's okay.
I mean, if we don't want to fight, we can always just outsail them.
We need a good helmsman. Holy shit.
Don't we have 2 helmsmen?
We have no helmsmans. I mean,
I
I don't
mean-
mean for
Talking
this
about-
ship. I mean for our main ship.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Guys, we need to get a helmsman.
We're gonna need
Says
fucking
the
Zari's to
helmsman.
train.
I'm the helmsman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
think
not
so.
very good at it yet.
No, I'm not.
Look at this guy.
You guys
not
may
very
also
good.
make your movement now if you would like.
movie time.
You can make a choice what you would like to do.
Okay, we can do a 180, right?
What?
I think. Like turn the ship. Like we can't.
We can go fireward.
No. This is going against the wind. This would put us in irons.
Oh, okay, that's an iris. All right.
Yeah, we don't want to do
We want to turn like this. But turning is diagonal. I hate this. It's not on the square.
Oh,
There
yeah,
we go.
She's
There
on
we
the
go.
square now.
We could, but can we do this? Like 90 diagonal move? Let me.
Yeah.
There are high
we
mobility,
can.
so
We can
Yeah.
go straight
Yeah,
over
yeah.
here if you wanted to.
If the diagonal move and then diagonal move.
I don't think
Right.
you can move multiple times, right?
It says we
I
have
thought we
3
could
notches of
five.
movement. So yeah, we can.
Mm-hmm.
So we can move again here if we wanted
I
to.
thought we explicitly put one diagonal.
So that would be a second notch. We can move
Yeah,
to
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then we move another one forward.
And then this. You just hear Emil suddenly from being like a relatively calm and probably shy. You just hear like full turn port work.
Turns it into full turn.
Let me check. Hold on.
What is it?
I'm just checking if we can
Aye,
move dark
aye.
cannons.
I can't hear you.
And we can go 2 forward because of your skill, right?
No, 1 forward. You can move
Oh, I
it.
thought it was
1
one per
forward.
navigator level.
No, that's just the speed of the ship. I think that's how fast the.
No, but isn't that the officer ability?
Yeah, let me check. Maybe the officer ability.
Because I remember talking about it. The helmsman, when under sail, once per round during shipping, can move 1 square for free during the movement ability. Oh yeah, we can use 1 for. So we can do 1.
So it doesn't. The rank of the helmsman doesn't matter.
No, but you can do that an amount of times.
Times equal to. I mean, we could do
Yeah.
1. Yeah, we could move 1 closer.
If we do 1, I don't know if our I don't think it will hit anything. But if we do 1 more,
Let's see. It's a 7.
ability.
Oof. No, they are here.
so if we use your ability though,
Yeah, we can
Move
use
forward
wind
down.
fist and immediately
Yeah.
go on the offensive.
yeah, no,
Ah.
that's kind of my idea to just
All
immediately
right.
just like vroom, and then just blast them.
We'll
Let me double check if we need to already roll
Yeah, of course.
metal, because I think that also
Metal.
needs to be done.
Of course.
Metal pool. I think we just have metal pool. We don't have to roll anything right now. You just have your metal pool. Okay.
I think for now we're just
So we
moving
use
and-
wind kissed to go 1 forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna sing upon the winds and use the helmsman's roll ability so that we get 2 extra squares of movement. Move another 1 forward, and that should bring us just in range of our long range cannons.
Yes.
Or the medium
Yeah.
range cannons, actually. We have. This is whether that's starboard or port, which I do not know. We have.
We're
Perfect. We have 3 culverins, and I think a falconet is a short range. Yeah. We have 3 culverins that can reach.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me double check something for you first.
Of course, everything that you need to check
Um.
all of the time.
And Swindlin, he's like, right, okay, I'm gonna be ready for casualties. So I'm just gonna go below.
The winds are with us.
All the
Yeah.
casualties are gonna be on their deck. Let loose, lads!
In the adjacent square. Okay, you're not crossing the T.
Oof. That would be good. But also
It would be.
we're shooting upwind as well, though.
Yeah.
Does that matter?
And usually it's kind
No,
of.
no, it doesn't matter for you. It just means it matters
Oh.
for them because they are healing.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like a penalty for shooting upwind.
You guys did not manage to... Wait, we need to check this first when we're entering the attack phase. The weather gauge, holding the upwind is a huge advantage. But
This is
you
like a Yu-Gi-Oh
guys...
match.
Yeah. Another ship pulls farther upwind than you, give 1 weather gauge token. But you guys did not pull up further upwind because they are still...
Yeah.
They're still sailing with the full wind in their sails, so they keep their weather gauge.
Windy did not pull up.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to.
So you're not healing.
The
It is.
weather token, yeah, man.
Um,
But we have 3 culverins barely in range, I think.
I mean, range is range.
range
What's
is range.
what's the short range? Do we have a copy
The
of
short
it?
range, the cones are
Oh,
down.
no,
the bottom.
There,
no.
yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't even have to copy that. I can just.
You can see that it does not. It will not go.
Short range is 3 squares. Medium is
You
7.
guys can roll your guns.
Okay,
Alright.
who wants to roll the first shots?
I'll go. I'll hit him immediately.
Let's go!
It's a okay. Guns.
I think you can target the ship. You should be able to target the ship. It should work.
I'll target the ship and see if I can. It says 5 squares. I'm not sure if I can get a DC.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
There's no DC. What the-
So, for how guns work, each gun has their target die, which is the die you roll when you make an attack with it. And the
Yes.
target usually is 6. So you have to roll 6 or higher.
It's always 6.
Okay, always 6. You have to roll 6 or higher. If you do, it hits. Also, if we fail to shoot or to hit, we can reroll a number of misses equal to our master gunner.
Which
You have a station master gunner.
I
Oh.
thought.
I don't
But I
think
guess we don't.
It's
We're
not a
cooked,
main
guys.
You do
Are
not
we
know what
supposed to
station
lose?
master gunner-
Hit.
what was
Me
that
when I
like?
realized no one's manning the cannons.
I mean,
People can man the
someone-
cannons.
Yeah.
It's just
I know,
nobody
yeah.
has the ability to reroll, and you don't have the ability to use special ammunition.
Yeah, Billy Bob is manning the cannons.
Yeah,
Billy
guys,
Bob has to fucking pull through because we are fucking cooked. Let's go!
Let's go gambling.
Oh, first shot!
Let's
you
go!
can
It's
use the guns that are on the
easy.
My dad. Well, that's a failure now, but it's a hate. It worked.
I'm not getting sound from this. This makes me sad.
No, there's no sound.
I can add sound if you like.
I put sound on them.
You did?
Maybe just on the other ship? Give me a second.
No, I see them. Pretty
The
weird.
ships are very silent. Too silent for my liking.
Let's try this one on.
That's 3 shots.
Oh, that didn't work.
Damn, I can't believe you're counting these.
Can't believe it.
Very
Not the
nice.
first one, because that was just my shot, of course. Oh, I saw the animation
Yeah,
though.
the animation played.
Why
little
animation
BB.
work, but not the thing?
I saw a little cannonball.
It's okay, I can make where's my fucking... Oh, nice.
Perfect.
Oh, that rattled me timbers.
Shiver me timbers,
I heard a little
mateys.
beam.
Yeah, we hit once,
Oh,
then-
bam! My air
Perfect.
cannon.
and then we missed the second shot, and then someone else needs to take the third shot.
Correct.
Alright.
I just
do you
delete
mean
mine
it's-
because it's kind of
Oh.
sticky. There you go.
Beep. 7.
We need to click on.
We need
the
to click
thing.
on the weapon, but that is a 7.
Mm-hmm.
You can open the sheet of our ship.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I have it open.
7.
7.
Hey,
2 hits.
7.
2 hits.
That's a good roll for 3 shots.
Let's see. They don't assign any hits.
What does she mean by that?
What did you mean by that?
I mean that I'm not shooting.
Boarding action.
Yeah, from 50 miles away. Bless you.
Teleporter. Can you guys roll me 2d4?
Yeah, let's go. 2d4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
My casualties are 2.
Yeah, they're dice.
Okay, let's go. 2 and 3. Average, perfectly so.
Massive amount of losses.
Right. I'm gonna lose some homies.
Yeah, you know, it's all fun and games until we're on the receiving end.
Cancel some.
Yeah, wait until the fucking sloop has 50 cannons out of nowhere.
Yeah.
No, I would never
Me when the
do
sloop, the
that.
sloop discovers that they can put cannons below deck. Wait.
I mean, you know, like, yeah, we'll see if we get crossing the T.
They might cross
We
our T.
assigned
that's what I
hits,
mean.
we
Debone
resolved
the stage.
damage.
Oh shit, they might just fucking cross us. Oh,
Yeah.
Holy shit, they're actually doing it. Aren't we, technically, though, aren't we actually the bigger ship in this engagement?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
I don't
We're
care.
in the unfavorable position of being downwind,
No
and
matching.
they might cross our T very soon, which means that we are getting annihilated.
No boarding, no boarding. We are going into status phase.
Status.
There's no fires going on anywhere. There are no explosions going on because there's no fire. And then there is casualties being treated. Alright. So they heal some people back up. Which they need. Their surgeon is working overtime.
As they
As they
They should be in a battle.
Which puts us back on the top of initiative.
Let's go. They still have initiative, I think.
Yeah.
They do.
They are still very much upwind compared to us.
I mean, yeah, but this turn might be fire for us if things go well.
Or it might be absolutely terrifying if they get to cross our T and they annihilate, which is very close, to be honest. Because if they move 3 and they get to move 1 more, we're literally in short cannon range. Oh, we might be dead.
But like,
don't they need to be right and like ahead of us, or?
I don't think it's like attached to us, no. There should be a paragraph about it.
if they only have like 3 squares, we're fire, because then we just move. Like,
Yeah, but maybe they have a helmsman, and that turns into 4 squares. And if it does, it's 1, 2, 3. Actually, no, they just need 3 squares.
No, they already moved 1. They were down here, so this.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah.
fine.
But if they have an extra square, we're cooked.
That is true.
Three.
Immediate ramming action.
Yeah, you know, like, oh, how did the legend end up shipwrecked on shipwrecked reef? Well, you see.
Well, you see, why did this reef become known as Shipwave Reef? Well, because there was a ship called the Legend, and it was shipwrecked here.
There once was a
went to go
ship
take
that
its
put to sea.
Thinking about how to do this is so difficult.
And simply don't.
Amber trying to figure out all the many ways she can destroy us. So
I consider it.
Right. We are learning together.
Okay, yeah, definitely.
I think crossing the T is just too hard.
It is very difficult, yeah.
Crossing the T is when you pass through that T junction, basically fire your full volley, and then move out of range of the enemy, and they can't turn fast enough.
And they can't ram your side.
It's like crossing the beams in Ghostbusters.
Yeah, almost.
I mean, you can also
Almost.
cross the T from the bow, but then you do get the, a collision.
Yeah, love it.
I think.
Oh, you need to be adjacent. Okay, so you can't be away from the
No,
target.
you can't be away from the target.
You have to be attached to it. You have to be hugging your target.
It's a little bit crazy.
I'm gonna.
Crazy. That was crazy.
Well,
once.
considering it doubles all the damage you do, I think it's a pretty good restriction, honestly.
Oh yeah. Mechanically, I understand.
I
But,
think I will do it like.
I think I'll simply end your life.
Actually, I will do it like this on this side.
Oh,
Are we gonna get cooked?
Oh, I know we're both gonna get the full blast.
Yeah, but they are
50
upwind.
maybe not.
I mean, we can technically move in such a way that they don't, but what that means,
No, we can't move anymore. Like, oh wait,
do
I
you
guess
mean?
we
We
can.
still have a
You're
move,
right. You're
yeah.
right. You're right.
like we can technically put our ship dead in sails by moving one, then like this, and then firing in their ass.
I mean, if we move, we can't move like this, right? Because we lose speed. We don't have any more speed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
immediately lose.
we can use the navigator's ability, right?
No.
No,
For the
you
helms-
can't. You can't move. Your speed is 0. Even if you have the helmsman, you still can't move because there's no wind.
Oh, I thought that it just says you can move one square. That's
Yes,
I
but
understand
realist-
logically.
Yeah.
I know realistically you need the wind, but
Exactly.
Yeah,
You need
we
to.
are realistic here.
Exactly. There's no way a helmsman can move the entire ship.
I mean, if we have any moat, we could use that.
And we don't. Look at our cargo.
although in principle we
Just
don't have to take the full fire. We can
We- Don't know. I mean, wherever we move, if we
if we move 3, it can't fire at us.
1, 2, 3, yeah, but we also can't fire at it, and also it can just turn around and fire.
Yeah, but then we like the moment it turns around, we can let it overtake us and then simply move a long way to get the first turn.
Makes sense.
Like if we just say, "Oh, we move 3," and then none of us can fire, we're essentially just giving ourselves an extra movement turn. Because I think it is very cool if we were to fire like this, but neither our ships, we would both take a shitload of damage, and like you said, they're upwind.
Mhm.
So, and
So just
I
move
think
3?
I'd say move 3. Is our movement speed not 4?
No, it's,
No, it's
it's
3.
3. And yeah, I think we should move 3.
Where on the sheet is the?
So on the sheet, every ship that is this category moves 3 small ships.
Oh,
move 3.
okay. Then I'd say move 3.
Yeah, makes sense.
We could even prepare. No, could we? Yeah, we could. We could move 3 as in 2 and then 3. Oh no, we cannot.
I mean,
Actually, yeah, no, we could 2. Yeah, we do have 4.
we did a 4 because of the helmsman. Again, we don't have a ship of a speed of.
But why does the ship itself says 4?
Where?
In the description, it says base speed 4.
Because you have 4 speeds.
Yeah, I thought
Wait,
so.
we have 4 speed in the sloop. is 3?
Yes, a schooner has 4 speeds.
Oh,
I was like,
had
why is
3?
everyone telling me we have 3?
That makes
It says
sense.
4 right there.
Now you're crazy, Mark.
So I guess we do this.
Yeah, well, we can already turn, yeah.
We're gonna turn here.
And this leaves none of us in firing range, but I think that's the turns.
Yeah.
That's no firing. There's nothing to be resolved.
Did not get killed. Yippee.
You guys move first this turn.
We do?
Yeah, you are further upwind.
I thought the wind was here.
Do you not see the wind blowing?
Yeah, but I see the waves going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is our ship.
The winds are in your sails. Like that was what being in the wind means.
I thought further upwind was like who's close to the source of the wind winds.
That is
Oh.
what upwind means, but yeah.
Yes, but that's not what this means. Their sails are turned like sideways from the
Oh,
wind.
and if both ships have their sails to the wind, who goes first?
At that point, it doesn't really matter much. Give me a second. If it pulls further upwind than you, give one weather token. We're gonna use the Google.
The great Google master.
I mean, I assume if both ships are upwind, it then defaults to the one that is closest to the source of the wind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
also.
that would make the most sense.
I think that makes
There's the wind.
sense logically,
I
yeah.
understand, but it's just using upwind and downwind. I don't think it means whichever ship has the wind in their sails. It's just whichever ship is closer to the source of the wind, based on what it's written here.
I guess it's
I
up to interpretation, because also it doesn't really make sense that
Doesn't.
a ship that's closer, that's further east, goes faster than a ship that has full wind in their sail. Like, I can see the sense that Faris says, like, if your sails are getting more wind than the enemies, you're moving either faster or you go first, in this case, in initiative.
I mean, but I get it. It's the classic. Technically, because wind is a. This ship gets wind first, even if we have full sails. This wind gets the ship. This ship gets the wind first, so technically they can move like this.
I mean,
I think that's
the
literally.
wind first.
I know logically you don't get the wind first, but that's how it reads in the thing. This ship gets the wind first, so that's.
When a ship is further upwind, it means it is positioned in the direction from which the wind is blowing.
Yeah, like I said, it has nothing to do with.
That's
the
not what I said.
No,
That's what I said.
Positioned in a direction in which the wind is blowing. So that
Not
means
closer to the source of the wind.
yeah, I think that's what what Amber is saying is pretty right. You have to be positioned in a way that you are the best way upwind. Towards
Otherwise, the implication would be that if you sail into irons and get 0 speed, then next turn you are first because you're in the wind. Like what?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but then otherwise, like mechanically it makes sense because otherwise which ship goes first if both ships are just going this way? Because it
As we
does
said,
still matter.
the ship that's closest to the source of the wind.
Yeah, no, I mean
in that particular instant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
I mean,
both
yeah, no,
ships are upwind.
I understand logically, so we should just do that because that's.
I mean, not
Yeah.
logically. That's also what it means in text, but I understand. You guys have weather gauge. You go first.
This is difficult. We gotta predict. If they're in attacking, they're gonna have to swerve this way. Which means that if we go there... Because we can go just... We can't move diagonally. I guess we can move diagonally, but...
It's not diagonally. You just move turn 90 degrees.
Yeah, but you do a little, like, wibble wobble, like this. Like 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 90 degrees. How are we moving?
I mean,
Well, Captain...
You're the captain.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, I'm the captain, but I'm not very... I don't like making decisions. I mean, this is a measurement with not predicting where the ship goes. So, because they still have to move.
that is true. I mean, even if we move like there, depending on where they go, they should still be able to hit them pretty well.
What do you mean? They turn and they're like...
Yeah.
At which point we can't hit them.
What do you mean?
Turn.
Yeah.
2. So they're in this square.
In that square, yeah. Why would we not be able to hit them?
Because, dude, if we're in here, this square, 1, 2, diagonal, 1, 2, diagonal.
But-
That's how a cone works.
Where we want to move? Like this?
Oh well, that's how a medium range cone works. We don't have a long range weapon, so.
Yeah. How do you want to move?
Well, with the idea that they are going to come in to attack us, so like either turning this way or going up, they get to move after we react. So we could one diagonal, which means forward, diagonal, which means left, another diagonal. We could position ourselves here, but this does not, at least not, leave us in the risk of being attacked.
So we go 1,
This is diagonal
2,
up, diagonal left,
3,
diagonal up.
4.
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't think this is going to result in either of us being able to attack, but
No, they're probably gonna move unless they get closer.
I mean, based on how they're turning, they're either going to be in a position where they're upwind and we both get to attack, or they're going to be in a position where neither of us gets to attack.
Right. We can move the ship there. 4 movement. We'll stop there and see how it goes.
That's me.
All right. I don't think either of us gets to make an attack.
No.
Well, then it's your start.
And before they have seeking missiles. Pew.
Yeah.
I honestly should invent those.
I don't know about seeking missiles, but I do know what I do have.
Magic
Ship is the
missile.
psyop, and actually, we have to be worried about the submarine
I mean, to be
about to gank
honest,
us.
a magic missile cannon is pretty sick. Thank you for the idea. Gotta go to Caroline and steal the technology that invented.
Essentially, I think the ship combat, like most, is just going to be a wiggle contest until one person makes a positioning mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wiggle,
that-
wiggle, wiggle.
That's
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
mostly because the attacks aren't resolved at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to. Go here.
Mm-hmm. Boys, do you want to drop our ship dead in the irons?
To the what?
Into the irons. I wanted to ask Amber, how does it work for the next turn?
Well,
So, you drop dead, right? Let's say we were to move up and then drop dead into the sails. Next turn we have technically 4 movement, but only if we then move like diagonally again.
yeah, only if you move out of the.
Yeah.
the
Can we? So can we fire our? Okay, I think I have an idea. What if we move 2 up, then 1 starboard?
I mean, yeah, then we could
All our
cross their
cannons
digging.
in
Yeah.
range. We're crossing the T. We're not upwind. We do drop dead in the air, but we blast them from behind.
Yeah,
I think that's a good idea.
We could try.
can try that.
Okay. Because if we're next to them, it's a boarding time, right?
They can board. They don't have to board.
Yeah. I think we should rely on our weapons. We can fire everything if we do this.
If they don't move.
No, they already moved.
Oh, they
This
already
is-
moved, alright.
We're the second person.
Yeah, we could try.
So that, and then here.
We'd also
then-
be crossing their T, so we hit harder.
And we're firing their butt.
Damn.
All right.
Pew, 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 pew.
Imagine, Kimo.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Envision for just a moment.
they are on our starboard, I think, which means we have 5 weapons, which means all weapons can fire at this range. Who wants to fire which weapon?
Let's see.
I think we have 2 flamethrowers, 3 culverines, and we have
One flamethrower.
1 flamethrower, 1 falconet, and 3 culverins.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with a flamethrower.
Okay.
Yippee! Where is it? Port. Well, it doesn't really matter. Bam.
Well, starboard, but yeah.
Hit.
Let's go. Okay. Ferris, which one do you want to fire?
I can do a culverin.
All right. White, which one do you want to fire?
All of them.
Well, I'd
You
like to
cannot.
fire one too. I have not yet fired any.
Yeah, let's do a fucking flamethrower, man.
I'm
only have
afraid
one
Gabe
flamethrower.
already fired the flamethrower.
Oh, right. Sorry, we only have one flamethrower on this
On
side.
our side.
We have a falconet
actually
that you
don't-
can fire, or the culverin.
What's the
that you
difference
can
between the
fire.
falconet and the culverin?
The falconet is a people murder cannon, and the culverin is a people and ship murder cannon.
Well, we'll go with the falconet then, because they gave us no quarter, and we shall, then in turn, give them none.
All right, let's see it.
Die trash.
I'll fire a culverin. There's one cannon left after this.
A 12.
Wabam. Anyone want to roll the last culverin?
Go Ferris. I believe in you. Oh, Aurelian.
No, go for it, Liam.
Let's go. Okay, we hit one with the flamethrower, and we hit one with the culvenet. Falconet, that's the word.
Put them both together.
The flamethrower and the falconet are
Yeah,
are hit.
resolved. It is time to resolve hits.
Okay, roll for
Alright.
casualties.
We have.
Throwers do not.
Oh, I thought it said does.
They
say
roll
you
for
do
casualties still.
flamethrower.
They just don't deal damage to the ship, and they start a fire.
Oh, there you go then.
It is 1 casualty from the flamethrower, and it is 1 casualty from the falconet.
Do you roll a d4? Or do we?
Yeah, it's 2d4s basically.
w-
1
we-
for the
where's-
flamethrower, which is 4.
Okay, I'll roll for. Wait, who's the falconet shooter? You get to roll
Before
the
it
d4.
does not. Before it makes you roll a d12.
Oh, we're hitting the captains.
Oh, that's true. Oh, but no, well, that might not be good. D12. Bomboclat 12.
12. The artist.
Fuck. This was not. This fucking shot was worse than a normal shot. We're cooked.
And the other one is white. I think. Why'd you get to roll the d4 too?
Wait, what?
'Cause-
Sorry, why?
Because you hit.
You murder people.
Oh, I killed 2 people.
Very good. You injured 2
I
people.
hollow their wings, as in their bones.
Let's go. And a fire. We're doing great.
I hope so, man. I hope we're doing great.
Isn't all of this doubled, by the way?
I already resolved double, yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Double.
I was
Paris.
confused if it was double dice or it was just double the you
Oh,
know,
just double the results.
Yeah.
Which is sad because half of our shots only hit a single, a single place.
still okay.
Well, we're doing good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Confidence, let's go. We can do this.
Yeah,
Well, if you think about it, that shot actually did nothing because if they don't have an artisan, it basically means that I don't deal any hull damage and I also didn't deal any crew damage. So it's as if I didn't even.
Oh, I thought if the officer's not there, it still deals like it hits another officer or does crew.
No, if the station, I think if the station's empty, you just don't hit anyone, right?
That's not how it
no,
works.
you
Oh,
hit. Yeah, you
Someone gets hit.
oh, nice.
Yeah, you always hit. Like it's not that if you lob a fireball into their like artist room where there's no artist.
Wait,
that
so the
other
4
people don't
deals
have.
4 casualties and then it strikes an officer?
No, I think it
No.
strikes an officer, but if you don't roll an officer, it strikes a crew. Maybe I don't know.
It just
Anyway.
hit someone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if we're double, I think. Wait, does that mean if you hit an officer and you do double, do you just instantly kill that officer?
No. I don't think so, at least.
No, I'm not sure. I'm asking.
No, I mean, I don't think so. Be pretty whack if that was the case.
It also makes sense though.
I don't think it makes sense, no, that you can immediately lose your character, Mark.
I think it's their turn now, right?
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's actually fucking fire for us.
No.
It is.
Yeah, it's great.
Yippee.
I'm gonna move here. Here. Here.
Weird question, Amber. If you move diagonal, do you have to turn that way?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
only way you can move diagonal.
Multi-ship drifting.
This is good though.
Stupid.
Take your turn.
We move like this, right? We kind of have to.
Do we hack? Can we move?
Yeah. Our movement becomes 0 the moment we go into the wind on our turn, but on the start of the turn we get our movement back.
Oh, so we can move 1 into the wind and then we're dead in sails. I understand.
Yeah. So then now we turn back.
That was 1.
I'm trying to think of
Wait,
your
can
ability.
we just turn?
Yeah?
We have to do diagonal, no?
We already diagonal moved. We were here.
Ah, okay, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
So I'm quickly checking. We have this is 1. If we do 2, 3, and 4, we don't reach. But we could 2, 3, 4. And if we use the navigator's ability, we could.
We ram their ass. That's what we do.
No. This is they're this square.
Oh, that's true.
We'd be behind them, which means there's either a boarding action, or we could fire.
That's true.
Because your ability is only once, right?
Yeah. The wind thing is only once. The moving 1 extra for the helmsman is twice per round.
Twice per combat, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be our last one that we use.
Sure, we can do that.
Let's see. What is the boarding action? We can board and fire cannons.
That seems highly counterproductive.
after ships have fired their cannons, assigned hits, and resolved the effects of damage, ships can attempt a boarding action. So it happens after.
Oh, I thought you meant board first and then fire cannons. I'm like, what?
No,
That
no,
is-
no, no, no. You fire cannons, then board. Do we want to do that? Want to sneak up on their butt? Well, not
Sure.
sneak up.
I mean,
go
I
into their
don't.
butt.
I don't think we can board from that position. Like the ships needs to be side to side. No.
Imagine
Yeah, that
square
makes
to
sense.
square.
We
I
could.
mean,
We could.
I mean, I don't mind. I prefer not to have board. I want to fire in their butt.
I kind of want to board.
I mean,
1, 2, 3.
I fine with
You?
just firing.
This is
Then-
2. Would you go 3, 4? We use your ability, Gabe. We do 5. Or the helmsman ability. We do 5. And we can essentially again fire all weapons.
I don't want to board though.
I mean, we can fire all weapons and then board. It's not.
No, we can board from the side again.
I mean, we're not going to be able to board either way.
Yeah, we can. If you go back.
Yeah, but that's just stupid. Like then they
No,
can
Mark.
fire.
I like to play a game where I try out things. I'm not trying to play Warhammer 40k right now.
Yeah, but you're a captain, like, or I'm a captain. You also want to win a ship combat.
No, I like to play a game. Of course, the point is to win the combat, but I'd like to do the different things that are within the book that allow us to try things, like boarding, for example.
What's it gonna be?
Well, my vote is not to board because that's only risk, no reward. But I know what the rest thinks.
I am just reading the boarding action.
Well, the reward is we
Target.
wouldn't have to use the navigator ability now that I think about it. But
I mean, I think making sure to fire on them is a good idea.
well,
and
either
then-
way, we get to fire on them.
Well, okay, yeah. If it's either way, then I'm fine with boarding because we'll fire ourselves.
The difference is the way I'm describing it. We get to fire. We're crossing their T as well. I think.
Yeah.
The other side is we get to fire and the boarding action maybe, but they also get to fire.
I mean, we haven't taken any hits yet, so
Yeah, but I imagine we prefer not to take any hits at all.
well, I am fine with moving in for a boarding action. So firing and then boarding after that.
Yeah, I mean, then I guess it's gonna be that.
Yeah, put yourself into position.
Yeah.
Which you are currently not.
Yes, we'll go straight up against their flank. Boomclat.
And then we get to fire
Good back.
everything.
I guess that's what we're going to do.
Yeah. And this time it's the port.
Passing weather gauges. Both of you are. Yeah. We exchange them. Swap token. Everyone is healing. Everyone is firing. Let's go.
Indeed. It's the port. I can fire a culverin. Let's go. Yippee, one hit.
Guys,
I'll fire another.
just fire them all
culverin,
first. It's fine.
I'm back.
That's 2 hits on 2 culverins. We still need to fire a flamethrower and a falconet.
Flamethrower! Bomboclat. I hit with the flamethrower. And we have a falconet.
And a hit with the falconet.
That's 4d4. This is the
Could've
flamethrower,
been
which is
double
another
that.
officer.
We don't, guys, please. We don't do this until the next phase.
Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. It's alright, Speeps. First we roll hits and then we resolve casualties. A tiny bit of patience, please.
All of the patients.
That's 1 culverin. That is... Let's see the falconets. First falconet. That's a 1.
That was a bomba.
Reroll. That's a 5.
Ooh, I don't like that.
Second falconet. 5. Reroll. 3.
Ooh, boy.
And
lucky
a
as well.
soccer.
Ooh, that's a.
That was-
Nah, I was lucky. We're lucky as fuck.
You take a single hit.
Yeah,
I mean-
we're lucky as hell.
No, never mind.
Mark, please. Let's see. You guys resolve. How many hits? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. That's 4 metal die. In your pool. Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because every hit takes a metal die, right?
Mm-hmm.
Massive.
Well, every hit produces a metal die. You lose them if you take.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. They also gain 1. And then we're gonna resolve these hits and what, how many casualties we take.
None,
One
because
of
we
them
are
from
that
me.
based.
That's 1. Now you get to roll 44.
Right, this is the flame, which is a 1 casualty. Flamethrower. Paris, you wanna roll the culverins or falconets?
I can roll the culverins, which was
3 d4, I think.
Yes, I think there was 3 hits.
That was 2 culverins and 1 falconet, so you can roll like 2d4 or 3, like full dice if you want.
I'll do 2d4 for the culverins. Nice.
Oh, that's a officer, and then 2 casualties.
And what did we say for the falconet? Also d4, right? Just
Yeah. I think it's one of those that doesn't deal ship damage, but deals crew damage. Nice! 5 crew damage in total.
We are subtracting. Then it's boarding action. Casualties
does that
losing
work?
metal, sparking, fire. Ships can attempt a boarding action. So if one ship wants to try and board the other, that must be declared.
I mean, sounds pretty good idea.
We do declare.
Yeah, you want to declare boarding?
We declare we wish to board.
Very well. Ba-da-da-dum. In that case, we're gonna roll our metal pools.
Which ours is 12, right? Because we had a metal pool of 8, and then we got 4 dice from the 4 hits.
Yes. Both of you. Okay. We're gonna have a double boarding. You're gonna board them, and they're gonna try to board you.
Double boarding.
Double boarding.
I'm morbing.
There is no defender.
Hmm.
There's only attack.
Hmm. I don't know what that means.
It means that there's neither side of you is defending, and defending get to reroll ones.
Oh,
On the metal pool. Instead, both of you are attacking. They said no quarters, and they will give no quarters.
But we can reroll a number of metal dice equal to our first mate rank.
This is true.
I don't remember his name. I forgot. Barshal
Don't
B.
remember.
Beach.
Yes, Barshal. Is it going to be a Barshal success? Who knows?
We'll find out in a moment.
All right, let's roll those dice.
Do you only gain metal dice for range results?
No, I think for all hits. Did we get other hits?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Or did we not manage to do so on the other attacks in previous rounds?
I guess so. I don't remember how many we hit.
Because if that's the case, then our metal pool should be even bigger.
Giant metal pool.
Because we raked them or crossed the T. Got like 3 hits, and I think we got 2 hits before that, so that's 5.
So we get 17 d4s. Oh, yeah, it's a big metal pool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how it goes.
Nice.
Gotta roll. It's 8. So we rolled them, right?
Yeah, roll them.
Right, I'm gonna roll 8 of them. Not very good. 14.
The rest?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's-
Ferris. I think you're the only one here.
I was looking for Marcos back.
Just roll 94.
I am back.
No, Mark's back.
I've been back since I said I'm back.
I
I'm
did
just
not hear that.
muted
Oh,
for a
we didn't hear
reason.
No, 94. Mr.
Let's
Captain.
go.
Here you go.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's very good.
It's got all 4s.
37.
That's an insane amount. Cannot be beaten.
Okay. That makes us go. Plus, this much is this much. Actually, I think. Let me double check. Ugh. Ranked officer hits, mitigating, sparking, losing metal. For each casualty or stricken you suffer, you lose metal. Die. Rip Bezos.
Or Bezos.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Jeff Bezos?
Very well. Rough but tough.
There's no
I
one.
tell you what happens. When two ships try to board at the same time, no one gets to reroll ones for defending. What they do get is casualties. Yeah, take casualties based on their opponent's metal pools. Do we then? Okay. So, you're going to win this combat. Yippee! By like a lot, but also you take a lot of casualties.
Not TP.
So I'm gonna. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. There's no one left on the other crew. I'm just going to tell you.
Holy fuck, no quarters given for real.
Yeah, I mean, they expect no quarters given either. So, the cigar ceases to be, at least in terms of crew.
We got a new ship, boys.
You do have a new ship, boys, except
Our band of minstrels.
you no longer have the crew to man them.
Yippee.
No, we totally do.
You take 18 casualties.
Ooh. Casualties.
Your surgeon works overtime to beat them back, but even like beating them back, resolving casualties, striking out like stricken officers.
So you still
is-
suffer the casualties, damn.
No, good. The aftermath of the battle with the cigar is a haze. When the smoke clears, both decks are drenched in blood. The waters around you are churning with aether sharks, all drawn towards the taste of blood that they have smelled from miles away. You have a crew. Although many have fallen in the way of either trying to take the cigar or defend your ship from the cigar. In that process, you lose 2 officers.
Oof.
As they are not stricken once, but twice.
Ooh. Shit. Are my wings hollow now?
I'm part of the air, brothers. And vaporized.
Let me see your name. While his ship might have gone down easy, and most of his crew was also felled with some difficulty, the captain of No Cigar fells 4 for each hit that he takes. In this moment, Emil experiences a sort of out of body, as if the both of you are at this point standing there upon the deck, looking over her shoulder at the helm of the cigar, where 2 people fight the captain. In trying to protect Zelda, Bartleby Beach is slain. And soon thereafter, the astral remnant blows out her last breath as well.
Oh.
Damn.
The world turns into even more of a haze, like a series of dreams that never end. The legend with a skeleton crew and a belly full of loot doesn't make it very far. She limps towards a nearby chain of islands, stalked for a week by great aether beasts that trail in her wake. Dark clouds follow her now. Hoping to maneuver her through shallower waters. Losing the beast by cutting between islands, she ultimately runs aground. And that's where the legend rests now. In a place where many ships appear to have made the same mistake, because the traces of them are everywhere. The next couple of weeks are rough. The crew remains injured as they are. Get by on tough comic nuts, gamey boar, and a couple of fresh marbled petals every now and again to stave off aether poisoning. But gathering supplies or gaining a proper understanding of their position is difficult. The aether itself here seems uncooperative, and the region is poorly charted. And that's why you've chosen it, of course. Any attempts to return to the legend are also met with difficulties. Amil, your crew become uncomfortable. They feel like they are watched by something. Perhaps the aether beasts are stalking you still, although you haven't seen or heard them in a while. And so you begin by yourself, collecting parts of other ships from the aether and carefully set up little dives, supervision. Because you realize soon enough that nobody's going to come and save you. Nobody knows that you're here. You have to rely on yourself. And they strike before too long. When the crew is finally settled, they're growing accommodated and accustomed to the feeling of being watched. Swindlerin is dragged off into the waters, they say. While you were visiting another camp in one of the other isles. So you plunge into the aether without a second thought, because if you can get to him in time, you can save him. Except you don't really know where to look. You swim aimlessly in the central waters of the isles until you finally find a trail of belongings. Signet ring glinting at the bottom of the aether. Landed perfectly upon a piece of the reef. The fight that ensues when you confront the pair of them is brutal. Blood enters the water quickly and floods your vision, and confusion breaks out. Mother pearl daggers slice through scales, and claws carve through your membranes, while tails thrash about and kick up even more silt. By the end of it, one of the two creatures that attacked you lies dead. You and the other one, a female marrow, are both gravely injured. And so you drag yourself to shore and you pass out. When you next wake, your wounds are festering. Your scales are growing dark and soft, and they flake off of you with ease. You can hardly even feel your legs anymore. Everything is heavy, your vision swims. You know that the marrow is nearby. She never comes close, just like before when she was stalking you. She just watches. And she doesn't strike. It's almost ironic that you would find your life ending at the hands of your distant kin. Somehow your greatest enemies, and in a way also your allies. Twisted, rotten creatures. Marrow are. Thieves Murderers. Beasts. Emil Markov. I am Emil Markov. I'm captain of the legend. I have to take the Aether Pearl to the Isle of Drakes. With my crew, we're going to buy a ship. We're going to buy an entire ship with bards that can sail besides our ship in our fleet. I love my crew, and I miss them. But where are they? Sleep is darker and deeper than even the bottom of the Aether. You wake. You can't move. Sometimes the marrow is back. She comes closer, never touches you. She just exists near you. Her features look different too. Sharper. Maybe she's been fasting. Maybe she can't find food either. You can't feel your legs. What did it even feel like to walk? I'm Emil Markov. I'm captain of the legend. I have to keep the Aether Pearl with me to bring it to the Isle of Drakes to... We should sleep. Rest. Just waking up. Takes too much energy. But when you wake, every time there is some new horror to be unfolded and unpacked, you no longer have legs, you just have this sluggish, strange, fat tail. I am Emil Markov. I need to keep the Aether Pearl with me. And I think... I need a ship. There's just darkness. These flitting, bright moments. Your hands don't look like your hands anymore. But still, you try to cobble together a ship, and that is a bright moment. Putting ships together. Because we need a ship. Emil Markov needs a ship, and I am Emil Markov. And the Aether Pearl is mine. Back in the deep, dank, dark cavern, where a moldering ship still lies rotting, cobbled together from the remains of so many that have fallen before it. Emil Markhoff pulls back with a shriek, wrapping their tendrils and their arms around their strange body. She flops to the ground, curling into a ball. She desperately holds on to her pearl. Maybe next session she remembers where she's supposed to take it. Or what it was all for.
Don't worry. I got you, Emil. I got your memories, sort of.
We'll get it for the
Your
fucking
Markhoff.
goddamn consolation.
Thank you all
Swear
for
to
being
God.
here.
I want to go.
Thank you
Hmm?
very much for
For
hosting.
hosting.
Yeah, thank you a lot. It was very fun. I'm glad we didn't try this with our ship because holy shit, I didn't know you take all the fucking casualties when boarding. Oh, that would have been terrible for us.
That is the point of trying it out in a quote-unquote safe environment.
I love my
This is a
metric
safe
simulations,
place.
honestly.
Yeah, this is a safe place, guys. Don't worry about it.
Say, as I am suddenly
Uh-huh.
struck with the mental effects of mutation.
Perhaps.
I mean, to
Yes,
be
I think they shouldn't have that pearl. I don't know what the fuck it does, honestly, but I think it's maybe not good.
perhaps
It's not the pearl that did it.
I mean, I think the pearl probably had a role.
yeah, quite possibly.
Yeah, it's going to be something valuable
Mhm.
and a promise of a better future.
But yes, we will perhaps discover that next week. As I said, thank you for hosting, Amber. Thank you guys for being here playing, and thank you to
a lot of you for watching.
exactly. And if you see a clip on social media, you know, a short, a reel, a TikTok, you know, be sure to like it and all that juicy stuff. Until next week, though, have a good one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.